So you guys, I got locks. Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Tamari and I'm back with another video. And guess what? I got locks. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do that. Over here we do beauty, fragrance, a little bit of lifestyle. Yeah, and now talking about my new lock journey. I turned 35 and started locks. I've always loved locks on other people, and I started seeing a bunch of people with locks and I'm like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. And so if you don't already know, you have your traditional locks that look like this, and then you have your sister locks that look like this, and then you have your micro locks that look like this. And so I decided to start micro locks. So micro locks are a little bit different than traditional and sister locks. They are started with 2-strand twist and interlocked at the base. So I'm just gonna kind of give you all a little bit of a rundown of when I started it, how it's going, what I like about it, kind of like the pros and cons. I am not a loctician. I'm not a lock expert. So let me go ahead and put that out there. I am just a girl on a journey to have healthy and beautiful hair, basically. My establishment date was August 21st of 2022. I decided, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, the week before, probably a couple weeks before that I was gonna start locks. One of my really close friends, she had started hers that summer, and I was like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. Just so you know, almost all my siblings have locks, except one of my brothers, which he had locks and then he just cut them off. But my sisters, my brother, my niece, they all have locks. Their locks are gorgeous, beautiful. So I've always loved them. I've always admired them. But honestly, I'm just always the last in the bunch to do anything. So far, I love it. I prepped for locks. Basically, I went to Toya. I had red hair. I dyed my hair red, so I was a redhead for a couple months. She dyed my hair black, jet black, so beautiful. She also cut my hair just to make sure that I was starting on the healthiest hair. I just didn't want to start my locks with my hair breaking off or uneven, hair or whatever. I just didn't want that. So I had her cut my hair, dye it black. So she did that on August 20th. The next day, which was a Sunday, my sister, who honestly should be a loctician, she has started almost all of our locks. So she does an amazing job. She started my micro locks. I wanted micro locks just because I wanted a fuller type of hair. So I wanted it to be where once it grew out that I would have volume. I didn't want it to be straight up and down type of thing. So I started with the 3-point rotation. My last interlock that I got, which was probably 2 weeks ago or so, I did the 2-point rotation. I saw some inspo pictures, and I'll go ahead and put them up here. I saw those and I was like, oh my god, their hair is beautiful. It's full, it's really nice. I think I can do this. So I went ahead and started them, and it has been great so far. You guys, it has cut down my getting ready in the morning time by over half the time. When I first started my locks, I can go ahead and put a couple pictures over here. When I first started my locks, it was crazy because I started them, and when you start your locks, you got to remember they're not fully formed. They look different than they will become. But when I first started, sprayed them with water, went to bed, got up to get dressed in the morning, put on my makeup, and I was like, oh my god, what have I done? But then All of a sudden, I was driving to work, and I mean, literally almost hyperventilating, like, oh my God, what have I done? The lady that has done my hair for 10 plus years at this point, she calls me and she's like, I want to see your hair. So she calls, I answer, and she's like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. They look so nice. And I almost was in tears because it was one of those things of like, I think anytime we make a new decision in our life, we're always like kind of second guessing ourselves. As Black women, we have just like a different relationship with our hair. Like our hair means something different. It holds something different for us. And for me, my hair has always been like very important. I change the color all the time. I'm like cutting it. I'm wearing wigs. I'm doing all this other stuff. But for the first time that day, it was like I went to work, not with my natural hair, not with my wig, but just with these freshly installed locks. And she's like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. They look so nice. Like Elise is my sister, but like Elise did such a great job. And I'm like, huh. So you know, like when one person gives you a compliment, you're like, whew, I can breathe. This is good. So then I get to work. There was like some people outside. My younger sister was there, and like a couple other people from my office were there. And they're like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. It's so pretty. It looks so nice on you, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, great. This is like more weight off of my shoulders. And so then I go into the conference room for this meeting, and one of my coworkers, he was an older gentleman, he's like, what did you do to your hair? Like totally disgusted. Like, what have you done? And I'm like, I started locks. He's like, why would you do that? So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not what I needed to hear, you know, this morning. And so I like text my husband like, oh my God, I can't believe you said this. And he's like, forget him. You want me to fight him? I'm like, no, don't fight him. So my supervisor walked in. She's like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. And I'm like, well, he said like it was not, you know, nice or whatever. And he's like, well, I didn't say it wasn't nice. I was just saying I like the way you wore your hair before. Like, and so we had actually had a work function the week prior, and I was wearing like a 22-inch wig, and it was like straight or whatever. And he's like, God, the way her hair was before, it was bomb. Like her hair was amazing. And immediately the women at the table were like, it was a wig. And so he's like, it was a wig. And so I'm like, that was not my hair, that was a wig. He's like, I thought you cut your hair off. And he's like, well, you know, the way you had your hair last week was like amazing. And so in that moment, I realized something about like this journey that I've started, is that it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. That there are some times where people will feel like they have an opinion about your life, but to be honest with you, it's your life. Like my hair is not hurting anybody. Like the way my hair looks doesn't hurt anyone. A lot of times people look at us and they're like, you should have straight hair. You should, you know, basically damage your hair with relaxers and straightening combs and all of these things that we've used as Black women and Black men for years. As long as I like it and it's on my head, that is what matters. I love them. I love this journey. I honestly wish I would have started it earlier. I've been natural for, I started being natural in 2011. I can't wait for these locks to drop. Now I just want to go ahead and let y'all know, go ahead and put everybody on notice that when these babies hit here, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Okay, I'm gonna be swinging my hair and everything. And too, just so y'all know, like I have shrinkage. Okay, so even though it may look shorter, it's not like it's not that short. Like the back of my hair already comes to here. But I have shrinkage, and I have always had shrinkage, so that's nothing that was surprising for me. My hair has always shrunk. There's honestly nothing that I could do about it. So far, I have had like a little bit of budding. I am in the stage of fuzz. Like I'm in the fuzz stage right now, or frizz, sorry. What is fuzz? I'm in the frizz stage of my locks right now. My hair it's locking very, very quickly. However, I am using something to help it lock quickly. I'll talk about that just in my favorite products video. I have been getting my reties between like 4 to 6 weeks. I want to start pushing them out more like 6 to 8 weeks. Honestly, I'm not sure if I will be able to do that. My sister does my reties, the one that actually did my establishment. The reason why I don't know if I'll be able to push it out to 6 to 8 weeks is because when she did my retie the last time, she was basically like my base was like kind of growing together, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my hair is growing fast or what it is, but I've always had hair that grew like pretty fast at like a pretty good rate. And I've also been using something else that's like making my hair grow super, super quick. But like I said, I'll talk about that in my other video. I'm not sure how many locks that I have, but I'm thinking about doing a counting my locks video. If you all want to see that, let me know. It'll probably be like a super quick montage. It won't be like long at all. We'll be doing some lock videos. My hair is not super long enough right now for me to do like styling and things like that, but when it is, then I'll add some of those videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you have locks. When did you start your locks? How is your journey going? What are some things that helped you at the beginning stages? Let your girl know, because I need to know. That's it for this video. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, just remember to stay beautiful inside and out.